Welcome, gamers. I'm Jim Houston with Craig Simpson. We're almost ready to drop the puck for an exciting matchup between the New York Islanders and the St. Louis Blues. New York needs a big effort here at home to get back in this series. They're trailing by 2 and they haven't looked sharp.
Well, Jim, they have to stay focused on their job at hand. They can't get caught up in all the other stuff. Just get out there and win, and worry about the rest of it tomorrow.
And here's a look at tonight's referee.
He's got 4 years of experience and calls a pretty good game. He'll let a little bit more obstruction go, but he really cracks down on any careless use of the stick.
Face-off won by Pekka. Shove. Over the blue line. Taken out.
That'll keep them on their heels.
In over the line. In front. He gets laid out by Kabasha.
Holy cow, he got his bell rung on that one. That was a big hit.
The ref is ready to drop the puck. The faceoff goes to New York. Moved ahead by Pekka. Brings it out. A lateral pass. Brings it out. Into the attacking zone. He gets leveled.
Sent him sprawling.
Over the line. Right in front. Out of their defensive end. DiPietro moves out of the goal to play the puck. Across. Over the blue line. He gets bowled over by Pronger. Brings it out. In over the line. Goes behind his net. Brings it out. End to end. He gets run over by Waite.
Now that's how you body check someone.
Dimitra into the attacking zone. Delayed penalty call coming up for New York. Johnson has been nailed for hooking. And you can see the coach here doesn't like that call, and he's having a word with the official. St. Louis is about to go on the power play for the first time in this game.
Jim, they've got some good finishers in their lineup, but they like to keep it simple. Point shots with lots of...
Scores! That's a power play goal!
Let's take another look at that goal, Jim. Wow, what a wrist shot. I don't think the goalie had a clue where that one was going.
St. Louis got the drop on them.
Opportunistic offense is very important. If you can score 1 or 2 quick goals, they're extremely tough to beat.
Laline, blocker save, laid out.
You could feel that one up in the booth.
Brings it out. In over the line. A shot from the slot by Salvador. Icing called against New York. This guy doesn't give shooters much when he goes down, does he?
No, he gets awful big in goal. He can still be beat, but it has to be a perfect shot. That's the challenge against him.
Sillinger won the draw. Out of their defensive end. Over the line. Laline reached out for the puck. Brings it out. Into the attacking zone. Brings it out. Played across. Mowed down.
That's some heavy action.
Behind the net. Moved ahead. Out of their defensive end. Over the line. It's picked off by Scatchard. Brings it out. Into the attacking zone. Laline reached out for the puck. And he hangs onto the puck for the whistle. The action's about to start. And the faceoff is won by Pekka. Laid out.
Finished that one with a bang.
Over the blue line. He gets shoved by Niinema. Played back. Mad scramble. Hunter brings it out. In over the line. Pushed off the puck. Savage grabbed it. Over the line. Knocked down.
He got rocked right there.
Into the attacking zone. Backman pushes him. One times it. Laline with a huge save. Rocked. Wait. Over the blue line. Karpatsev mows him down. In over the line. Pekka. Just wide of the net. Brings it out. End to end.
Way off target. Hit. That was huge.
Brings it out. Over the line. Knocked down.
They felt that hit in the rafters.
Out of their defensive end. Into the attacking zone. Checked.
Now that one was worth watching.
Moved up. Brings it out. Over the blue line. Centers it. Laline with a big glove save. Brings it out. In over the line. Out of their defensive end. Over the line. Shoots the puck. Brilliant save. Brings it out. Into the attacking zone. Played across. Brings it out. And this time, they've gone in offside. About to drop the puck. The faceoff goes to St. Louis. Up through center. Over the blue line. Great save! Passed across. Over the line. In front. Laline freezes the puck. St. Louis will make you pay for taking penalties.
Well, they've got great shooters on the blue line, and they look to set up the one-timer on the power play.
You just have to stay out of the box. Pekka wins the faceoff. Martinek corrals the puck. Laline moves it ahead. Out of their defensive end. In over the line. Brings it out. Over the blue line. Pekka! Laline made the save. Across. Over the line. Karpatsev gives him the rough stuff.
That's going to leave a mark.
Up through center. Hunter on a breakaway. Rocked. Scramble. It's played up by Waite. Over center ice. In over the line. Saved by DiPietro. Out of their defensive end. Into the attacking zone. Brilliant save by Laline. He freezes the puck. Steve Sterling joined the Islanders organization after a very successful career as a minor pro hockey coach.
Well, Jim, just before taking on the head coaching duties in New York, Sterling led the Islanders' AHL affiliate in Bridgeport to the Calder Cup final, and that earned him Coach of the Year honors.
Moved ahead by Waite. Brings it out. Over the line. Johnson runs him over.
Sends him down.
Brings it out. In over the line. Shot from the wing by Asham. Blocked.
Hit. Terrific physical play.
Kachuk has his pocket pick. Waite. Shoots quickly. Scramble in front. Played across. Out of their defensive end. Over the blue line. Checked.
A textbook body check, Jim.
Mellenby. Moved across. Dimitra gets dropped.
He just got run over.
Hamilton. Into the attacking zone. Big hit.
Stopped in his tracks.
Brings it out. Over the line. Sillinger rips it. Saved by DiPietro. Brings it out. In over the line. Bumped by Mellenby. Shoots it hard. Goaltender stopped that. Over.
Hit. That one took him right out of the play.
He gets hit by Salvador.
What a hit.
Shoots quickly. Laline denies him. And he hangs on to the puck. They're getting ready for the faceoff. And the Blues get the draw. He gets rocked by Pekka. Played up. Leveled.
A punishing hit.
Played over. Kachuk. Over the blue line. Made the defense. He scores! Upstairs!
That was a blistering slap shot. I don't think there's a goalie around who could have stopped that blast.
The faceoff goes to the Islanders. He gets worked over by Dimitrov. Muscled off the puck. Moved up. Out of their defensive end. Into the attacking zone. Run over.
He got laid out.
Quick puck movement. Rink-wide pass. Turned over. Checked. There goes the horn as the period comes to an end. 2-0 the score as we head to the break.
Go online to our website and check out the top 10 as voted by you, the fans.
The teams are back on the ice as they're ready to drop the puck for the start of the second. The puck is about to be dropped. Face-off won by Pekka. Bumped off the puck. Brings it out. At center. Over the line. Knocked down.
Now that's a big hit.
Through center. Over the blue line. Knocked him off the puck. Johnson moves it ahead. In over the line. Shove.
That's what we came to see.
Over. Out of their defensive end. Into the attacking zone. Shove. In front. Savage. Backhanded shot. Brings it out. Over the blue line. Habanov knocks the puck loose. Brings it out. In over the line. He gets roughed up by Nienema.
That was intimidation.
Right in front. Out of their defensive end. Into the attacking zone. Big save by Lalim. Brings it out. Over the blue line. Flattened.
That was a big hit.
DiPietro hangs on for the whistle.
Jim, this guy loves to pick goalies apart.
He's a true marksman.
Now, you put him in the slot with a puck and he scores 9 out of 10. It doesn't matter who's in goal.
We're ready for the face-off. The face-off goes to the Islanders. And out they come with a puck. Over the line. Crushed.
Thundering hit.
Brings it out. In over the line. Moved over. Out of their defensive end. Into the attacking zone. Shove. Center. Blake with a wrist shot. Right in front. Lalim closes the door. Across. St. Louis Blues are on a line change. Rocked.
That was rock solid.
Bowled over.
That was a monster of a hit.
Over the line. Flattened. Brings it out. In over the line. Pass to the slot. Stick save. Out of their defensive end. Over the blue line. Hamilton taken out.
He felt that one right down to his skates.
Into the attacking zone. He gets leveled by Hammerlick.
He slammed him big time.
Right in front. A shot from the slot by Kachuk. Just because he hasn't been a head coach before doesn't mean this guy hasn't been around the game for a long, long time.
Now, Jim, Mike Kitchen spent 9 seasons as part of the Toronto Maple Leafs coaching staff before he joined the Blues as an assistant coach in 1998.
One-timer! Hunter controls the puck. Over the line.
Hit! Bumped him that time.
Brings it out. Offside, St. Louis. They're getting ready for the face-off. And the face-off is won by Sillinger. Brings it out. A lateral pass. Hip checked. Played across. Over the blue line. Shoved. In front. One-timed by Mellenby. Shot is blocked by Karpatsev. In over the line. Lalim reached out for the puck. Out of their defensive end. Into the attacking zone. Quick pass up. Over the line. He gets laid out by Weinrich. Lalim turned the shot aside. Over center. St. Louis makes the line change. Checked. Pass back. Shoots the puck. DiPietro made the save. Nice little move by Sketcher. Shoots the puck. Saved by Lalim. Over the blue line. With a one-timer. Turned aside by DiPietro. Brings it out. In over the line. Wrist shot. Blocked. Into the attacking zone. He gets hit by a coin.
He leveled him.
It's picked off by Savage. Goaltender stopped that. Over the line. Hard wrist shot by Hamilton. Laline freezes the puck. St. Louis has their big guns going tonight.
And Jim, they're a team that'll run up the score if they're not challenged physically. They're getting way too much time with the puck out there.
Pekka won the draw. Played back. Johnson over the blue line. Big hit.
He's seeing double now.
Brings it out. In over the line. Right in front. DiPietro hangs on for the whistle. The players are lining up at the face-off circle. Pekka wins the face-off. Brings it out. Into the attacking zone. Rubbed off the puck. Wait. Quick pass up. Out of their defensive end. Crashed.
That was a full contact hit.
Over the line. Cranked him. Hit. Over the blue line. He gets run over by Pekka. Moved up. Brings it out. Hamilton in over the line. Knocked over.
I wouldn't want to have been on the receiving end of that one.
Into the attacking zone. Crushed. Brings it out. Over the line. A lateral pass. It's played up by Janssen. Over the blue line. He gets checked by Beckman. Delayed call against St. Louis. Rycroft is going off for hooking. New York will try and take advantage of a penalty here.
Well, we haven't seen the power play yet tonight, but we know they're going to be a handful.
They've got great skill on that first unit. Pekka scores on the power play. A one-timer in hockey is like a penalty kick in soccer. The goalie just has to guess where it's going.
Yeah, and he guessed wrong on that one.
The second period's winding down, and they pull within one.
That's a huge goal, Tim. They're paving the way for a comeback.
In over the line. Nice move there by Tkachuk. Out of their defensive end. Into the attacking zone. Hunter, big shot from the right. Laline got a leg on it. Brings it out. Over the blue line.
He burned him with that move.
Saved by DiPietro. Brings it out. Over the line. In front. Scramble in front of the net. Quick shot by Hunter. Laline covers up for the whistle. This guy's already made a contribution on the scoreboard, and you can see he's playing with a lot more confidence now.
Now that he's got the one goal, look for him to test the goalie from everywhere.
Islanders win the draw. He gets checked by Waite. Played up. Out of their defensive end. Into the attacking zone. Big hit. Brings it out. End to end. New York puts its checking line out. And out they come with a puck. Over the blue line. Pushed off the puck. Knocked down. Passed over. Brings it up. In over the line. Moved over. Leg saved by Laline. Out of their defensive end. Over the line. Leveled. Sketcherd brings it out. Played over into the attacking zone. Salvador gets called for a two-line offside pass and play is stopped. The ref is signaling for the faceoff. The Islanders win the faceoff. Across. Brings it out. Over the blue line.
How about that deke? He really hung him out to dry.
Stone cold by DiPietro. The horn signals the end of the second period. 2-1 is the score as we head to the intermission.
Are you looking for a venue to demonstrate it? Then enter our annual Search for the Stars contest at Guest Services.
The game will be decided in the final 20 minutes as we get set to drop the puck for the start of the third. The players are lined up and ready for the faceoff. Pekka won the draw. Flattened.
He's not getting by that time.
He gets flattened by Hunter. Out of their defensive end. Over the line. Checked. Rink-wide pass. Johnson lays him out. In over the line. Shove. Pekka. One-timer. Blake scores.
The puck came back out, and he was ready and waiting for it.
They've given up a goal and lose the lead.
They've also lost the momentum. It'll be tougher to get it back as time runs down.
Islanders get the face-off. That's offside. The ref is ready to drop the puck. Face-off won by Pekka. Brings it out. Into the attacking zone. Wrist shot from the slot. Lalime made the save. Kachuk brings it out. Over the blue line. Turned aside by DiPietro. A lateral pass. Over the line. He gets hit by Dimitra.
Knocked him right off the play.
Out of their defensive end. In over the line. Wait, shoots the puck. Blake grabbed it. Shove. St. Louis Blues are on a line change. Brings it out. Into the attacking zone. Crushed. Brings it out. Over the blue line. He gets rocked by Hammerlick. Through center. In over the line. Leveled. Wait. Brings it out. Over the line. Run over.
That's one he'll remember.
Brings it out. New York puts its checking line out. Quick pass up. Out of their defensive end. Over the blue line. Bumped off the puck. DiPietro moves it ahead. In over the line. He gets taken out by Havanoff.
He dropped the hammer on him.
Into the attacking zone. Moved over by Waite. Brings it out. He gets run over by Salvador. Shoots it hard. Lalime turned the shot aside. Over the line. Brings it out. Over the blue line.
Goal. Take a look at how he leans into the shot and lets it fly. Great hand-eye coordination right there.
St. Louis in a real hole now.
The problem isn't scoring one goal. It's doing it with only half a period left.
Hard wrist shot by Pekka. Lalime made the save. Watch this guy closely. He's drawing defenders out of position then hitting his line mates in the caps.
Jimmy's handing out goals tonight. 2 assists so far, and I can see some more coming.
About to drop the puck. Islanders win the draw. Bumped by Dimitra. Passed across. Hunter with a wrist shot. Saved by Lalime. In over the line. In front. Big hit. They're getting ready for the faceoff. And the faceoff is won by Sillinger. Rifles a shot. Blocked. Into the attacking zone. Knocked down. Hit. Brings it out. Over the line. That's offside. This guy's got a two-point night going.
He's keeping it simple. Now this guy's going to the net and giving his teammates a target. Good things happen when you go to the net.
The action's about to start. Pekka wins the faceoff. Blake gets muscled off the puck. Through center. Quick pass up. Laid out. Hunter out of their defensive end. In over the line. Checked.
He took a big-time check.
Shot blocked by Dimitra. Moved ahead. Into the attacking zone. Tkachuk now has the puck. He gets checked by Drake. Brings it out. Over the line. He gets laid out by Martinek. Over the blue line. He gets bowled over by Drake. Brings it out. In over the line. Dimitra spins his way past.
The defense didn't know which way to turn.
Moved across, out of their defensive end. He gets out-muscled. He gets leveled by Pronger. Hard one-timer by Bates. Brings it out. Over the line. Dimitra shoots. Stick save. Brings it out. Bates into the attacking zone. Hit.
Jim, that was a real blow.
In over the line. Shove. Played back. He gets taken out by Tchaikovsky. Savage. Backhand. Across. Out of their defensive end. Over the blue line. Knocked over. In front. Moved over. Brings it out. Into the attacking zone. Flattened.
That came harder than expected.
Brings it out. Over the line. Mowed down. Advances the puck. In over the line. Wade gets thrashed.
That'll keep them on their heels.
Over the blue line. Hard wrist shot by Blake. Lalime made the save. Leveled. Checked. Into the attacking zone. DiPietro turns the shot aside. Brings it out. Over the line. Hit. Shoots it. Lalime slams the door shut. Out of their defensive end. In over the line. Flattened. Passed across. Brings it out. Over the blue line. He gets shoved by Sillinger. Scramble for the puck. Lalime covers up. You can't say enough about what this guy adds to the team.
Well, you see so many forwards these days that only play one way, but not this guy. He understands it's just as important to prevent goals as it is to score them.
Pekka gives up the puck. Moved up. In front. Hard one-timer by Hunter. Turned away by Lalime. Into the attacking zone. Crushed. Out of their defensive end. In over the line. Pushed. Right in front. Blake shoots. Lalime covers up for the whistle. New York has stayed out of penalty trouble so far, and that's a great sign.
Well, the key is they haven't backed down at all, but they've avoided the retaliation penalties. Those will kill you.
We're ready for the face-off. Face-off won by Sketcher. Hammerlick has his pocket pick. Played up, brings it out. Over the line. He gets mowed over.
Oh, he corked him a good one.
A lateral pass into the attacking zone. Out of their defensive end. In over the line. Played over. Run over. Played over by Dimitra. Hard wrist shot by Tkachuk. Saved by DiPietro. Brings it out. Over the blue line. Shove. Cranked him. Brings it out. Over the line. St. Louis pulls the goalie and puts out the extra attacker.
Things are heating up. Let's see if they can pull it off.
He gets hit by a coin.
He had him coming and going.
Little deke there by Asham. Into the attacking zone, just wide of the net. Working along the perimeter, Rycroft, wrist shot. In over the line. Rubbed off the puck. He scores, and we're tied at 3.
Oh, let's have another look at that one. Just watch how he takes a look before he shoots. You gotta love that one, Jim.
St. Louis pulls off a goal in the dying seconds of the game.
Now just run down the clock. Got a chance to win it all.
Carpet sand corrals the puck. Pekka gets checked. Out of their defensive end. Over the blue line. Checked. Right in front.
3 periods have settled nothing, so we're going into overtime.
On the lower concourse. Hurry before they're gone.
And now we'll play some overtime.
This is when your star players need to come forward and make a difference.
Islanders win the draw. He gets checked by Dimitra. Across, over the line. In front. Bowled over. Hunter brings it out. Into the attacking zone. Hit. Moved up. Over the blue line. He gets worked over by Janssen. One-time shot by Drake. Stick save. He coughs up the puck. Brings it out. Over the line. Mowed down. Out of their defensive end. In over the line. Passed over. Checked. Brings it out. Into the attacking zone. Blake gets bowled over. Lalim covers up.
You always have to keep your head up. If you don't, that's exactly what happens.
They're getting ready for the face-off. And the face-off is won by Pekka. Brings it out. Over the line. Dimitra!
No chance there.
Saved by DiPietro. Out of their defensive end. Over the blue line. Run over. In over the line. He gets rocked by Hammerlick. Brings it out. Into the attacking zone. Shove. Right in front. A shot from the slot by Blake. Lalim covers up for the whistle. The puck is about to be dropped. Islanders get the face-off. He gets bowled over by Backman in behind. Savage out of their defensive end. Over the line. Shoots the puck. Brings it out. Over the blue line. Played over. One-timed by Scatcherd. Brings it out. In over the line. A shot from the slot by Savage. Saved by DiPietro. Into the attacking zone. Lalim with a big save. Out of their defensive end. Over the line. Savage shoots it. DiPietro hangs on for the whistle. The players are lining up at the face-off circle. Pekka won the draw. Brings it out. Over the blue line. Hunter broke out a great move.
The defender was leaning, and he spun right past him.
Shoots the puck. Big glove save. Hit. In over the line. Cannonading shot. The shot is blocked by Weinrich. Into the attacking zone. Out of their defensive end. Over the line. Leveled. Brings it out. Over the blue line. Great save by DiPietro. Brings it out. In over the line. He gets hit by Salvador. Right in front. Lalime freezes the puck. The ref is signaling for the faceoff. Islanders win the draw. Johnson grabbed it. Big hit out of their defensive end. Over. Moved ahead. Over the line. Bumped by Havanov. Oh, he hit the post. Checked. Shoots the puck around the back. One-time shot. Brings it out. In over the line. He gets checked by Nienema. Nice delivery. Over the blue line. Brings it out. Into the attacking zone. Out of their defensive end. Over the line. Brings it out. St. Louis makes a line change. Beckman, hard shot. Oop, post behind the net. Over the blue. And it looks like we're going to have a fight here, Craig.
I guess they had a disagreement of sorts and want to settle it right now.
You can give him the decision in that fight.
Well, with the game tied, we'll see if it gives a little extra boost to his team as they look to get on top.
The players are lined up and ready for the faceoff. The faceoff goes to New York. Brings it out. Passed over into the attacking zone. In front. DiPietro freezes the puck.
Jim, you can see emotions are starting to run high. There's been a lot of pushing and shoving after the whistle.
The ref is ready to drop the puck. Face-off won by Pekka. Shove. A lateral pass. In over the line. He gets hit by Salvador. Leveled. Right in front. Saved by Lalime. Savage. Over the line. Shove. In front. Big save. Out of their defensive end. Into the attacking zone. Hit. Brings it out. Puck is dumped in on the inboards by Weinrich. Moved ahead by... He scores to make it 4-3. It's all over. St. Louis takes the win. That'll give them a commanding 3-game lead. Wow, what a wristery uncorked on that goal.
That was an absolute laser beam that found the back of the net.
From Uniondale, New York, and for EA Sports, I'm Jim Houston.
And I'm Craig Simpson. Have a great one.
You